Hey everybody, welcome to your weekly forecast for Monday, July 25th through Sunday, July 31st. A very special shout out to my subscribers. Thank you so much for your continued support, for liking and sharing and commenting on my videos. It just helps so much that people who are return viewing, like even viewing this now for the second time, third time, whatever, coming back to my channel, please subscribe. It really helps keep my videos in circulation. Okay, so it helps my channel to grow and it helps me to continue to put these videos out. So if you would please take the time to subscribe to my channel right now and click on that little notification bell, and you'll be notified each time I upload something. Okay, so anyways, the major aspects for this week are: on Monday, July 25th, Venus in Cancer squares Jupiter in Aries. On Tuesday, July 26th, Mercury in Leo squares Mars in Taurus. On Thursday, July 28th, Mercury in Leo squares Uranus in Taurus. And on Sunday, July 31st, Mercury in Leo opposes Saturn in Aquarius. And also on this day, the Sun in Leo trines Jupiter in Aries. So, let's get to your weekly forecast. Okay, so for Aquarius, on Monday, July 25th, Venus in Cancer, let's see, in your 6th house, squares Jupiter transiting in your 3rd house of Aries. Not a bad transit at all. These two planets are the fun planets. Okay, having Venus in your 6th house of the kind of work that you do in the workplace means that your relations with your coworkers is pretty pleasant right now. In fact, you could be in charge of like some kind of, I don't know, gathering that is happening within your company. It could be something like that. Or 6th house is also the house of service. Jupiter in your 3rd house of your everyday life and the people you would encounter throughout the normal course of your day. Both of these houses, the 3rd and 6th, are everyday life, more or less. Having Jupiter in your 3rd house, though, means that you're maybe you're spending a little bit more time in your own area, or suddenly you're interested in what the hell's going on around you in your own neighborhood or with your neighbors. This could be something like that, where you're attending possibly some kind of, let's say, like a street fair, or I don't know, garage sale that the whole street takes part in, you know, something or other. But it's fun. These two planets together are fun. Okay. On Tuesday, July 26th, Mercury in Leo in your 7th house squares Mars in Taurus in your 4th house. And on Thursday, July 28th, Mercury in Leo in your 7th house also squares Uranus in your 4th house of Taurus. So, your 7th house is your close relationships, okay, your partnerships, your business or romantic or close friend, okay. Your 4th house, where you have Uranus and Mars right now, is your home life, your personal life. It's your family, but it's where you physically live. And the people you live with, whether it's family or a roommate, or even if you live alone, it's basically where you live. And it's your personal life. So having the planet Uranus here means that, you know, your living conditions have been really, you know, in a state of, it's just unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. Never a dull moment, right? Something like that. I mean, you could be living with someone right now, and that's what this is, you know, a partner, a friend, could be a friend, or it could be a romantic partner that, you know, now that Mars is here at the same time, you know, you just can't handle it anymore. You want them gone, or you want them to decide what the hell they're going to do. One minute they're there, the next one they're not. They're very unreliable. If this isn't a business, I mean a romantic or friend, this is just family. You know, you could have someone in your life that's in and out of your life, period. But it's getting to the point where you just can't handle the not knowing anymore. You know, there's too much of that, and you're asking for something definite as far as are you staying, are you leaving? I want to do this with my house or my apartment, or should I get a roommate, or do I need one, or whatever, you know, just things in your close relationships and your personal life, or you're, you know, changing something or other that isn't working. On Sunday, July 31st, Mercury in Leo in your 7th house opposes Saturn in your 1st house in Aquarius. And on the same day, the Sun in Leo in your 7th house trines Jupiter, transiting in your 3rd house of Aries. So, you know, this is one, you know, we're back to the whole thing where it's either a living arrangement or it's just your personal life. You know, whomever it is that you're dealing with at this time, you're just like, you're done, more or less, okay? But on the same day that you have the Sun in your 7th house trining Jupiter in your 3rd house, it kind of like evens out these two transits together, okay? So, this is actually very good. You know, the trine from Sun to Jupiter is things going your way. You know what I mean? 7th house is arrangements and contracts. You know, it's agreements, even if it's a handshake deal. But still, it's also the house of lawyers, okay? 3rd house is like the written word and contracts and signing things, you know. So maybe something like that is going on right now where it may have ended, you know, up where you had to get in some kind of argument or whatever with someone. But now it's finally, you know, you're getting your way, in a way, you know, by either getting it in writing or, you know, trying to get rid of somebody, more or less, that's in your life. You know, they don't even have to live with you, okay? 4th house of your home and everything, it's also your personal life, okay, which has been kind of crazy since this planet Uranus has been here. So I think this is finally the end of it, where you're able to move on. You're getting rid of someone or something, whatever the factor was that was the upheaval in your home life or your personal life. You're finally getting rid of it, okay? For Virgo, on Monday, July 25th, Venus in Cancer in your 11th house squares Jupiter, transiting in your 8th house of Aries, okay? Your 11th house is a fun house. It's socializing with your friends in person, going out, you know, going to places where you would normally go to hang out. But it's also socializing on social media. It is any kind of organization or group that you belong to, and it's also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. So having Venus here means that, you know, you're in a mood to see your friends. Maybe you haven't been out for a while, you want to do stuff. 8th house where you have Jupiter is a money house. You know, it's like spending money to have a good time. I believe, though, when Jupiter's in your 8th house, people are a lot more generous with you, with what they have, okay? Because 8th house is other people's resources and money also, okay? Not just yours. So I believe that, you know, somebody's going to pay your way, more or less. They're going to maybe ask you out or ask you to do something or attend some kind of like social function, and they're going to pay your way, okay? On Tuesday, July 26th, Mercury in Leo in your 12th house squares Mars, transiting in Taurus in your 9th house. And on Thursday, July 28th, Mercury in your 12th house in Leo squares Uranus in Taurus in your 9th house. Okay, so you have these planets in Leo in your 12th house of secrets, behind the scenes activities, you know, by you or someone else, but usually it's by you, you know. It's just your downtime. It's the time that you spend before planets move into your 1st house and you're all active again. You know, you have to have a break there somewhere where you don't go out or you're not in touch with people like your friends or anything. You need a break. Okay, so that's kind of like what this is, but the square to Mars and Uranus in your 9th house of long distance matters, you know, long distance or foreign people who live in another country or at a distance from you. It's a house of legal matters. It's a house of foreign travel, higher learning, media and publishing, all kinds of stuff, you know. But there could be something going on behind the scenes with maybe somebody that's like in your life for whatever reason. Either maybe you work with them or they're part of your crowd or whatever, because your ninth house is also your philosophy on life and your religious and spiritual beliefs. Okay, it's your background, it's your cultural background even. So there could be somebody in your group of friends or that in the workplace, or somebody that you're in contact with that you just really don't see eye to eye with, okay? And, you know, so you don't have very good conversations with them, and it's nothing to be worried about, you know. They could be somebody that maybe you wanted to be friends with, you know what, but you're finding out it's not worth it, okay? In fact, you could just, you know, come to that conclusion that why bother, you know, let them come to you. But if you don't have certain things in common with someone, it's no big deal, and it's nothing to worry about. On Sunday, July 31st, Mercury in Leo in your 12th house opposes Saturn in Aquarius in your 6th house. And on the same day, the Sun in Leo in your 12th house trines Jupiter in your 8th house of Aries. Okay, so the 6th house, where you have Saturn in Aquarius, is the workplace and the kind of work that you do. So your job may have ended you know, a while ago, actually. Or it could be like up and down. You could be on unemployment off and on, off and on. But Saturn kind of has dried up the workflow, okay, a little bit. So maybe you had to find like another form of income, another job or something or other. But Mercury in your 12th house of secrets, okay, and behind the scenes things, okay, somebody could contact you secretly to let you know something that's going on with the company you work for, or something that's going on with a coworker, or you know, the job itself, that, you know, could be a job that you don't even work anymore, but something is going on there that's actually going to help you. Because the Sun, on the same day, the Sun in your 12th house of Leo trines Jupiter in your 8th house of other people's resources and money. This is the house of benefits, like insurance benefits, payouts, legal settlements, things like that. So maybe you had even some kind of workman's comp thing going on, you know, that was delayed or, you know, always up in the air. It looks like things are at least getting a move on, or may actually go in your favor. You could get what is due you, you know, not exactly on this day, but there could be talk of, you know, legal matters, whatever, where you're being offered a certain sum of money, and it's a good idea to look into it to see if that's fair, because you don't have to take exactly what is offered to you first. And if it's if you have a really good case, you should see a lawyer. A lawyer will take your case for nothing. If the only reason they're going to take that case is because they know you have one, right? So they'll get money from your settlement, right? So that's what this could possibly be, as far as, because those squares from Mercury in your 12th house to Uranus and Mars in your 9th house, something that's going on with the work, okay? It doesn't even have to be like workman's comp, some kind of compensation that's supposed to be yours, okay? So for Capricorn, on Monday, July 25th, Venus in Cancer in your 7th house squares Jupiter, transiting in your 4th house of Aries. So very nice having Venus in your 7th house of partnerships and close relationships. And square to Jupiter in your 4th house of, you know, your home life and your family life just means that maybe if this is romantic, the person you're seeing is spending more time at your place There could even be a little bit of talk of like moving in together, possibly. Or you could even just have a friend that is staying with you, maybe possibly moving in for a little while. But it's a very pleasant transit. Venus and Jupiter together are very pleasant, no matter what the aspect. Okay, on Tuesday, July 26th, Mercury in Leo in, let's see here, your 8th house squares Mars, transiting in your 5th house of Taurus. And on Thursday, July 28th, Mercury in Leo in your 8th house squares Uranus, transiting in Taurus in your 5th house. So, you know, your 8th house is shared resources. It's also other people's resources and money. Okay, but this is property possibly that you may own with someone. You know, having Jupiter in your 4th house of your home, the property surrounding it, it's family, it's your childhood, your past, the very foundation that how you were brought up, pretty much. You know, right now there could be something that you're supposed to have. You know, having Jupiter in your 4th house might bring that about. You know, maybe you didn't know that there was some kind of inheritance that was yours. It'd be nice to look into something like that right now, just because of, I'll get to that in a minute, okay? But these squares, okay, from Mercury, from your 8th house to your 5th house of fun and romance and speculation, creativity, games of any kind, sports, entertainment of any kind, okay? Just means that, you know, whatever you're going to do to have fun or whatever, or to woo somebody romantically, it's going to cost money, okay? But it could also be a time where both of you put your money together for one main goal. It's either, you know, something that is a bit of a risk. You know, you don't have to spend everything you have. You don't have to put all your eggs in one basket, right? Or it could just be someone that you know that's willing to take the risk, perhaps even lending you money or letting you have access to resources that they have. In fact, they could just outright give you something that you need at this time. Okay, so like on Sunday, July 31st, Mercury in Leo in your 8th house opposes Saturn in your 2nd house of Aquarius. And on the same day, the Sun in Leo in your 8th house trines Jupiter in your 4th house of Aries. So the 2nd and 8th house, these are the money houses, okay? Having Saturn in your 2nd house of earned income, how you earn your money, has dried up your income in some way or other. You've either been laid off or work is just very hard, you know, very hard to come by, or a lot of times you just are on unemployment, okay? And the opposition from Mercury in your 8th house could mean that, you know, you are having a hard time getting money from, let's say, 8th house is any kind of financial institution like a bank or a credit card company, but it is insurance of any kind, and it is unemployment insurance, okay? So could be something like that, a little bit of a settlement or something or other. You know, you do have Venus in your 7th house of Cancer. It will be moving into Leo, which will make people a lot more cooperative with you in regards to money, you know, that you want or that they owe you or something like that. But on the same day that you have this opposition, you have a trine from the very same house, okay? The 8th house where you have the Sun trining Jupiter in your 4th house of your home, okay? So it could be, we could be back to a legacy or inheritance possibly that's supposed to be yours. Maybe you're unaware of it. Maybe it was hidden from you. You know, it's a good idea to check things out right now. Or it could be anything that is actually yours. having Jupiter in your fourth house like brings family into the thing here. So it could be something with your family. Maybe you jointly own property with someone that you're related to, or maybe and you don't even know it. That could be something right there that is being kept from you. So it's just something to look into at this time. Make sure that you know that there's not property out there with your name on it. Okay, so for Libra, on Monday, July 25th, Venus in, let's see here, in Cancer in your 10th house squares Jupiter in Aries in your 7th house. So having Venus in your 10th house of your public persona, how you're known by reputation personally and professionally, but it's your most public house, and having Venus here makes you very popular right now. People are noticing usually things about your appearance, what you wear, your style, your hair, your eyes, your voice, all that stuff. But you're getting a lot of very nice compliments, you know, publicly more or less, but people are noticing you. And in fact, it helps. The 7th house where you have Jupiter right now, it helps your close relationships. Okay. This is business or romantic or close friend, but I would have to say right now it's romantic, just because you know, this Venus in your 10th house, maybe you are seeing someone, or you just started seeing someone new and your reputation precedes you, and that's how, like, you're just now, you know, forming some kind of relationship with somebody, and that's bringing this about, this Venus in your 10th house. Okay, they wanted to date you, whatever. On Tuesday, July 26th, Mercury in Leo in your 11th house squares Mars in Taurus in your 8th house. And on Thursday, July 28th, Mercury in Leo in your 11th house squares Uranus in Taurus in your 8th house. So your 11th house is your most sociable house. Okay, it's wanting to socialize with your friends. This is your house of your friends, where you would normally go to hang out. Okay, but it's socializing in person, but also on social media. Okay, but more so in person. It's like going to see live shows and stuff like that. It's any kind of organization that you belong to, and it's also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. So the square to your 8th house of money, other people's money and resources and whatever. It's just that, you know, whatever it is that you want to do, it's going to cost money, okay? But, you know, someone could actually pay your way. It could be very surprising at this time, having Uranus and Mars together in the 8th house of it's like money coming to you through means other than earning it. It's even prize money, but it's money from an inheritance or legal settlement or insurance payout, refund of some kind, any kind of financial institution. That's an 8th house thing, okay? So, but you know, you could actually be surprised by how generous someone is with you at this time. If it's not a friend, it could be an organization that you wanted to join. Maybe you're joining now, and they're giving you all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? And it's a surprise, or you weren't expecting that. On Sunday, July 31st, Mercury in Leo in your 11th house opposes Saturn, transiting in your 5th house of Aquarius, and on the same day, the Sun in Leo in your 11th house trines Jupiter in your 7th house of Aries. So this is this actually isn't very bad, okay? Like where you have Saturn in your 5th house of fun and creativity and speculation and romance and children, all of these things, okay? Having Saturn here, it's been like not a lot of fun. Okay, this is the house of fun. But having Saturn here just like put a damper on all of these things in your life. Okay, so now you have these planets in your 11th house of let's get out there and have fun. let's get out and, you know, I want to go see my friends, or I want to go out and, I don't know, do stuff again, you know. That's what this is. This opposition is from your 11th house of, let's say, like, your dreams, okay? It's dreams, hopes, and wishes, right? Opposing Saturn in your 5th house, because there's something there that you feel is holding you back, okay? It could even be like a child or children, you know, the responsibility of taking care of them or something or other. Or it could be a romance that's really holding you back, that is not fulfilling anymore. In fact, it's like really boring. I've mentioned this I don't know how many times, you know. It's nice to have somebody good and, you know, nice and stable and that you can rely on, but sometimes it just is not that exciting anymore. Maybe now you feel you need excitement, especially with Jupiter in your 7th house in Aries, okay, of partnerships and close relationships. There's all kinds of new possibilities for all of these things, especially with this trine from the Sun in your 11th house to Jupiter in your 7th. So I'm going to have to say that there's a strong possibility that you're going to meet someone now, okay, while socializing in person or on social media, that could possibly become a romantic prospect or a business partner or even just a friend. But you're something in your life would put a bit of a damper on that. Like I said, a romance, a child, or some reason that you feel that you're not allowed to pursue this. But I believe that you will do that anyway, because as long as Jupiter's in your 7th house, that area is going to expand. Okay, it's going to bring people into your life, whether somebody doesn't like it or not. Okay, so you're going to have other possibilities for relationships.